What's going on? So it's Mother's Day here, Sunday, and we just got done having breakfast with my wife's mom, and I got off the phone with my mom since she lives in Tennessee, so talked to her this morning and whatnot. So far, pretty damn good morning. Gonna get a hold of my grandma and whatnot a little bit later, and it's gonna be a pretty good day. But I had a little bit of time to sneak in a shave, so I'm going to be using a sample of Z-28, and this is from Through the Fire Fine Craft, and this is my first time. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I've used Through the Fire Fine Craft before, but it was when Peter over at the Shaving Shop Club used to contract other artisans to make his soaps for him. And they would kind of have like exclusive soaps for the Shaving Shop Club before it was what it is today. And he used to have a soap called The Closer. That's what it was. And I do believe that was made by Maria Arman from Through the Fire Fine Craft. And I have no idea if it is the same soap base as this one. And I'm actually just depending. That soap was a little bit firmer, and this soap is a little bit more croapy. It's a lot softer than that one. So I'm assuming it's a different base, an updated base. And I like how she has like the ingredients on the underside of the lid. It's a 1 ounce sample, kind of like Sterling, except for it comes in this little black jar, which is, I mean, it's a nice touch. I'm cool with the way Sterling does it. It's kind of, more environmentally friendly if you care about that sort of thing. But the little tubs are probably appreciated by a lot of shavers. But this one's nice. It has I like how it says on their description, Hugger Orange, like the paint on the Camaro, Hugger Orange, and but it's orange, tangerine, and neroli. So it's a bright, citrus-forward scent. I do feel like the orange takes the center stage, but it's a very realistic fruit citrus accord, so very enjoyable. It's pleasant, could be worn year-round. I got some loaded up into the Lancaster bowl, and we're kind of doing a red and black theme today, so I'm busting out the custom North Shore Razors Schick Injector here with the red and black theme to go with the soap and the bowl. And we're going to continue that with the Wolf Whiskers brush. I'll go ahead and wring that out so we could see here. Going to be using distilled water. Got my Wolf Whiskers coin on the bottom, and then just this awesome red and black, white and red, and then red and black. And this is actually a Frugal Shave Blood Knot synthetic. So that's what we'll be using today. And we'll get lathering here right now. This is H2O from Washington State. Some gold Washington State water. Like Flash Boredom says, gold Welsh water. Alright, let's get to lathering. Oh man, I haven't used a synthetic in a while, I don't think. Since I've been since I was in the hotel for my work training. It's gonna be nice to get a synthetic back in the rotation here. Although I gotta be honest, this Blood Knot is definitely not my favorite synthetic that I own. It's soft, like most, pretty much all synthetics are these days. But it's not the softest. And that's kind of noticeable when all the rest of your synthetics kind of are soft. And I don't know if it was maybe just set too low. And it probably wasn't, because it does splay alright, so it probably wasn't set too low. I just think this is kind of one of those one of those knots that was a little bit older. This is kind of whipping up almost instantly. I'm going to add just a little bit more water, just to see if it takes it, because I got a lot of lather here already. But I do think this was kind of one of the older synthetic knots that was not quite as soft and advanced as they are today. Pretty much any knot you get today, synthetic wise, is going to be extremely soft. I'm just going to go ahead and go with that. I think that's a good starting point. Cold water shave today, for those of you who care. I normally don't mention that, but I kind of go back and forth between a warm water shave and a cold water shave, just depending on what I'm in the mood for that particular day. I don't think it makes a lick of difference, but those shave nerds that get super deep into things, maybe they'll, have a whole binder and notebook of points of how warm water and cold water act different, and they'll have a PowerPoint presentation of why they think one is better than the other and all that jazz. But I just switch back and forth because both of them moisten the skin, so I don't think that's really debatable. This feels pretty nice on the skin. It looks like it has a, lost a little bit there. Looks like it has a kind of, I'm not going to say higher structure, but maybe a medium structure. Kind of medium density too. It's not that there's like big bubbles, big bubbles. It's very fine and whatnot, but just doesn't have that kind of weight on your skin that some of the more kind of fat heavy and butter heavy soaps have. But it does feel nice on the skin. This is a tallow soap. And I'm probably, pretty late to the train. Maria Armin has been doing this for a long time through the Firefine Craft. Like I said, I have tried an older base, but I don't think I've tried this base before. And I got 5 1-ounce samples in different scents, so we'll be working through those as time goes on. Alright, and it just smells great. I mean, probably 5, 6 out of 10. That bright citrus top. Very, very, very pleasant. So yeah, I hope everybody showing some love and attention to their moms today. I probably won't get to see my mom till like June or July, I think. Hopefully everything's kind of settled down or panned out by then, because she has a flight planned to come down for my nephew's birthday, so I would hate for her to have to stall that. We all miss her, so. But gotta do what we gotta do to stay safe. So, some recent bad news in the shave community, to kind of switch gears here. Our brother Manny from SoCal Shave lost his father, who was battling the coronavirus. And it's I mean, what do you say? It's fucking terrible, man. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Manny. And he has reached out to the community and just asking for a little bit of help with funeral expenses. And Manny is a good brother in the shave community, and he has set up a link, I believe, on his Instagram is where I first saw it. And then I've seen, you know, a bunch of guys kind of repost it. And it was pretty tastefully done. It was just saying, you know, don't feel obligated to pitch in. Just if you have it, you know, we would appreciate the support. And a lot of times, this community fucking rallies together and, you know, really supports each other. So I'll try to link the link that, so if you feel generous enough to donate, if you can, you know what I mean. Like I said, don't feel obligated or anything like that. But if you can, I'm sure Manny would very much appreciate it. And the rest of his family, for that matter. So I'll try to link that so you guys can donate if you feel so obliged. And I'm definitely gonna try to pitch in because Manny's a good dude. And just sorry, man. I don't know. There's nothing else you can say, really. I'm just sorry for your loss. Alright, let's pick it back up here. This scent strength on this is just fantastic. I mean, it's probably because citrus top notes are very easy to detect. I mean, top notes in general are usually easy to detect. They're kind of the first to dissipate as well, but they're easy to detect. That's why they're usually listed on top, because the nose kind of perceives them first, and it's very present. You know what I mean? That bright citrus is very present, and it just smells great. All right, against the grain. And man, Z-28, the old school Chevy Camaro. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted a Camaro. My dad would take us to local car shows and always be flipping through like an Auto Trader magazine, and we would have little Hot Wheels car toys, and my brother always had the Nova, my little brother, and my dad would always have a lot of interest in the Chevelle, but the Camaro was always my favorite. And the Z-28 is such a special model. I think I would like to have anywhere from like a 67 to a 69 Camaro if you know, I won the lottery or or just had some special circumstances where I could afford one and there was one available. But such awesome. I know they always had some pretty cool colorways or colors available. But I think I would definitely modernize it. I like the body shape, but I think I would definitely probably modernize it. I like silver and black. I'm a Raiders fan. And I think I would probably defile it and make it silver and black. If I was just, you know, if I could have my way. I've also been watching the a new wet shaving channel, the Chief Shaver, the Chief Shaves. I'll probably, or I definitely will, link his channel in my description as well, under my channel's mentioned section. If you haven't, if you've never opened up my descriptions, there's usually a brief, real brief synopsis of what's going on in that video, and then I'll put the items I used, and then I'll put the channels I mentioned, and I link my Instagram. And so all that information is in my video descriptions for people that are interested in it, you know what I mean? I don't really know if people interact with that a whole lot, but it's there if you're interested. So, I didn't really talk a whole hell of a lot about the performance, but I found it plenty good enough to get a good shave. Like I said, I don't have no rating system that, you know, gets real in-depth. I usually just give impressions. And the soap left a good first impression on me. I think it was plenty slick. I think it had plenty enough cushion. You know, it had enough original and residual slickness. I think it maintained kind of like a medium density. It wasn't thin by any means, but it just didn't have that density that some of the like high fat, high butter soaps have. And really, it's not necessary. Those kind of elite soaps, air quotes, it's not at all necessary to get a good shave, but it's just something worth noting that it had kind of a medium density and kind of like a medium structure. It wasn't super low structure like the kind of most recent soap bases have had. Kind of somewhere in the middle, but very impressive. I wouldn't hesitate to buy from Through the Fine Crap, like CDB says. I wouldn't hesitate to buy from Maria Arman and Through the Fine Craft. I wouldn't hesitate to buy from them at all. Fantastic. And I didn't have a matching aftershave or balm because I just bought the samples, but it did come with a soap bar and some stickers, which I thought that was pretty cool. Just freebies, you know what I mean? Let me break that out actually. So it came with this cool Through the Fine Craft sticker, and then a couple ginger lime bath bars, which is awesome because I'm actually kind of getting low on my Uncle John's bath bars. I just buy a loaf from Uncle John. If you guys didn't know, instead of selling by the bar, he sells by the loaf as well, and it's kind of a better value. But it's kind of nice because I'm getting low on my bath soap, so I also buy my bath soap and hand soap from artisans in the shaving community. Why not, right? It's better soap than what you can get over the counter. So very much appreciated. That's awesome. I always like when artisans kind of throw freebies in there. Alright, let's do a little recap. Through the Fine Craft Z-28. My favorite car and model right there. The Camaro Z-28 in that nice Hugger orange. I love the scent. I thought the soap base was great. Like I said, got the ingredients on the inside of the cap. Nice touch. Comes in these nifty little 1 ounce pucks in the jar. We used my Lancaster bowl, my Wolf Whiskers custom with the Frugal Shave blood knot. I used my North Shore Razors Schick Injector here with a supply blade, injector blade. And since I don't have a matching post shave, I'm just going to throw some Lisa's Natural Herbal Creations post shave elixir. And this is her vegan post shave balm. Good stuff. No scent, just that one fucking took off. Got some on my mirror. But just a very, very nourishing post shave balm. I've always enjoyed this stuff. And I look forward to I know Lisa has a new sheep's milk tallow formula coming, I believe. And I'm super excited for that. Might as well put some of that goodness on the forehead as well. Since I'm always dehydrated, that'll help me out. Alright. That was it, guys. I hope you guys have a good Mother's Day. I hope you guys have some great shaves. Please consider helping out Manny. I'll try to link that donations tab in my video description, which is always right in that kind of top bar where it has the title. There's a little drop down button that shows the whole description of the details if you guys are unfamiliar. I'll try to put it in there. And other than that, just have a good day. I hope you had a good weekend, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, alright? See ya.